I'm Trinidadian, and let's queer up trans rights. Labor dispute erupts as trans rights groups warns of potential staff layoffs. A labor dispute has erupted at advocates for trans equality after the nation's leading transgender rights organization warned that staff layoffs may be necessary less than a month after employees ratified a contract aimed at protecting their jobs. The labor organization Union for Trans Liberation says management declared a period of economic retrenchment before notifying donors that the organization could potentially eliminate some positions. The union says leadership failed to follow the newly approved collective bargaining agreement, which requires discussions on alternatives to layoffs and financial transparency. After meeting with executives, union representatives said leadership could not answer key questions about the organization's finances. The union is requesting financial records and plans to propose cost-saving measures, including reducing executive salaries, limiting executive travel and event expenses, and freezing leadership hiring. The union said, quote, "Advocates for trans equality's announcement of potential layoffs has created hurt, fear, and uncertainty among our members," end quote. The dispute follows a lengthy contract negotiation that included a strike authorization earlier this year. The union argues the organization's financial challenges stem from executive expansion. Another LGBT group that is facing troubles. We're going to talk some more about some other groups that are facing troubles, but it's difficult. It seems like this story has a little less to do with anti-trans or anti-LGBT and just more about money management in an organization, as they claim that the difficulties are stemming from executive expansion. So I am not very familiar with this organization's work, but I do hope that whatever LGBTQ organization is around, we need to band together more. And whatever executive expansion is going on there, I hope that gets reined in a bit, if that's what's happening. And we are able to keep our groups afloat and keep people employed.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a story about equality. The fact that straight business and straight labor organizations can have issues, so can LGBT issues and LGBTQ labor associations. Girl, we've come so far.
I think this is just an LGBTQ plus organization that has just shot themselves in the foot. It just makes them look bad. It makes our community look bad when they can't manage their money correctly. And it just ends up looking like a slush fund. You know, it's like, oh, we do good work. We're doing work on behalf of the trans community. Let's get another executive level C-suite member, you know, on board, and let's get them six figures, you know, and it takes away from the power of the organization at the grassroots level. I am not familiar with what this group does, as I'm not really that familiar with what a lot of these more well-known organizations do. I'm not going to name any three-letter organizations that start with H and end with C, but I do know that they give a lot of calls and they give out a lot of bumper stickers. You know, you could say that, you know, they're lobbying or they're, you know, researching and they do this and they do that. But, you know, a lot of that I do on Facebook myself, and I think I should be paid for that. So, yeah. And I think I have a lot of witty banter that I go back and forth with people from a lot of different countries. And I think that I can one-up them on a lot of different things. So, you know, maybe that's what they're doing, but I don't think it requires six figures. With that being said, Godspeed to them. I hope that they're able to get back on the saddle, you know, advocating for trans rights, because our trans brothers and sisters are worth it. They are part of our community. They are an they're an integral part of our community. Intricate, because I've seen some of the things that they wear and it is very intricate, but they are an integral part of our community. So they deserve the absolute best, and they don't deserve to be treated less than. So the people that are representing them, whether they are trans or not, really should be better stewards of the finances that come along their way that should be earmarked for bettering the lives of the people that they serve. So there is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.